Hello everyone, my name is Amna Khan and today me and my group members will be interviewing Mr. Shamyl Mooraj. So the first question for you, sir.
Okay. Not something I planned to do. Okay. I was like everyone else doing a job in fact, I've been working for an odd 21 years now. And then one day it came to an end. I could have gone back and again looked for another job, but I guess I was realizing I was getting a little older, and things were getting tougher. So I said maybe this is the chance. Now I don't know if this was God gifted or it just so-called happened. So, and it was a struggle. I mean, I started, and I thought of something controversial because, I guess because I'm controversial, I said let's come up with a brand that's controversial. And it was a risk, and I'm a risk taker, and I guess it just clicked. That was as simple as that. Mhm. I was just shooting in the dark. I had a gut feeling that the name I chose, Black Betty, is going to click because the name is unique. And I just had a very simple formula. Have I guess I've been working in multinationals for what, 21 odd years, so I knew how they work, and I knew the pricing strategy, and I knew how they milk the system. So I said, give a good product, price it intelligently, you can't go wrong. I start small, and I had enough money to just sit and chill for a while. Okay, and over the years I had enough money. I would say some I inherited, some I made. So I wasn't like hand to mouth. So if you have a reasonable amount of money and you're not in struggle mode, then I think there's nothing like trying to be an entrepreneur. So I guess that way I was lucky.
And
I'm a graduate from University of Illinois in the USA, and that's my academic background. I was a very average student, okay, but I guess my strength was I was streetwise. When you're streetwise, and you have that drive, and you have the ability to hustle, and you believe in yourself. That's what it takes. Without work experience, to get up and decide you want to be an entrepreneur is the dumbest thing anyone can do. You gotta do a job, and when you do a job, you learn at someone else's expense. Someone is paying you to learn. So obviously you gotta do a job. But to sit down and expect a job to give you everything you want in this day and age is also very, very silly. So you need to do a job just to understand what life is all about, and then you have to do your own thing. And the beauty about entrepreneurship is you're creating jobs. You're creating you are not only creating jobs, you're creating a future for yourself. You are in a very, very commanding position, and if you can sustain, and the trick is that if you can sustain, then the sky is the limit. Now, one other point I want to make is that a lot of people fail in businesses because they spend too much time trying to look like a business. Don't look like a business. I did Blackberry 1 year from my house. Then obviously it was impossible to do it from my house anymore. So I had to move. Then each stage I keep shifting. Today we got a place in Kayumabad, a 3-story building, and that is even becoming very, very tight. So now I'm looking for another warehouse. So then we had one place where we were selling out of. Now we got 3 places. Today we were for the first 2 years we were only doing 400 stores. Now we're in 3,500 stores. Then we were only doing 6 towns in Punjab. Now we're doing 32 towns in Punjab. Punjab has 280 towns. So guess what? You can only look above. Karachi has 80,000 stores. We are only in 3,300. So guess what? We can only look forward. And I think the beauty about Pakistan is the sky is the limit here, man. This is a true land of opportunity because it's not saturated as yet.
My first question is,
I'm an FMCG person. I've been an FMCG person practically all my life. Philips, Unilever, 3M. The only thing that I did which I hated was when I was heading Volvo, because that was one of the most boring jobs I ever had. I had no interest in that because I like FMCG sexy products, and that's what excites me. So that and when you do something that you enjoy, which you can merchandise, feel, identify with, nothing like it. I enjoy what I do. I just want to make a hell of a lot more money than I am, and that's what's basically irritating me because it's not coming that easy. It's coming, but it's coming, and plus the other thing that kind of sometimes bothers me is that at this age I want to be smoking Cohiba cigars and relaxing, but you know what? Unfortunately, I got to be hustling at this age too. So something I'm not enjoying. 3 months.
3 months in total.
I move fast. For example, if someone tells me, you know what, we need aluminum foil. So I make sure that in 3 months we have aluminum foil on the shelf. I don't waste time. You just gotta go. This is the beauty of your own business. Now, if you're working for a structured organization, you do a research report, you talk to each other, you have focus group, which you don't really need in reality. When you start a business, it's a very frustrating period because you're making no money. So I would not work more than 3 hours a day because I had nothing to do. Because what can you do? I mean, if you want to, for example, you want to make phenyl, how much can you work? When you get the product together, you get the packaging, now you sit and you get the product ready, and then you got to go from door to door and ask people, hey, would you keep my product? And that is the toughest part of a business, is when shopkeepers kick you around. That is the toughest part of a business. And the way and there are ways and means of tackling that. How you tackle shopkeepers from kicking around, and when you become very, very strong, then you kick them around.
Exactly.
Because then people will ask for a product that's not available. So I have now reached that stage. Look, it's very simple. Shopkeepers and traders belong to nobody. They want two things: a guarantee that if they give you shelf, your product is going to move, okay, and they want to keep the market leader in check. So, for example, if they're established brands, they don't make too much money out of an established brand, but they got to keep the established brand because people like yourselves will ask for an established brand. Okay. So what they do is they ask you for the moon, and you give them almost the moon. That's your investment, because otherwise you can spend millions of rupees advertising, and if you're not on the shelf, you've just sunk your money in the gutter.
Exactly.
So that's what you make sure. Your question was, do I plan to maintain Black Betty or do I plan to expand Black Betty? Black Betty is all about expansion. It's all about penetration. It's all about hitting the masses. It's all about providing the masses, an affordable product, value added at low cost. Now, Pakistan is only about expansion. I have to expand. I'm nowhere right now. I'm telling you, currently, I've only tapped 6% of Karachi. And I'm in 32 towns of Punjab, and Punjab has, if you look at all the towns put together, they have more than 436 towns. So it's only about expansion. Okay. The funny thing is when I tell people I'm in 3,000 stores, they go, they raise eyebrows. 3,000 stores don't mean jack, especially if you are in a market like a city like Karachi, which is bigger than most countries, has 86,000 stores. So Black Betty is going to be only about expansion, and we're going to just keep going forward. I'm putting together a very dynamic team. I've got people behind me. And we're going to be just going step by step there. We're going to come into more innovative items also, and I'm looking forward to a very good 2016-2017. Okay. It's very, your question about do I look for advisors? No. Okay. What happens is that when things start picking up, automatically people start coming to you and they want to sell your product. Okay. It's so sad, and this also happens in life. If you're on your way up, then people are with you. If you are on your way down, everybody kicks you. So when we were starting, there were a lot of people. My previous job was, when I was with 3M, I had like about 160 distributors all over Pakistan. When I approached them with Black Betty, out of the 160, only one of them said, I will keep your product. Okay. Now there are 32 of them in Punjab who are keeping my product. And it just so happened that when they saw that I sustained, I survived, things are good, the pricing, margins, quality is as good as anything else, now everybody is your friend. So now they're all becoming friends. So there's no advice here. It's all about partnership and give and take.
Like
No.
in the business?
No, I don't want partners.
Okay, and when
I don't
do you
believe in
have?
partners. Well, when you hire people, I'm just looking for sharp, streetwise people. I can't tolerate dumb people. It's torturous to actually deal with dumb people. I don't have the energy now to go. And in fact, I have always loved smart people, and it was so sad that when someone like myself who was considered reasonably smart would go out and look for opportunity, I was always blocked. I was blocked by people. I say, you know what, bring in intelligent people, they'll only make your life easier. So we're always looking for sharpies. Sharp people are there. And there's a lot of talent out there. Pakistan has very sharp people. In fact, I think we're probably one of the smartest races around, okay? It's just that, you gotta put a leash on us to make sure we don't go crooked. So that's the thing. So as long as you put a leash, and I've got a lot of leashes, and I, keep putting the leash and making sure we all live happily ever after. I get up in the afternoon, so I get my sleep as an entrepreneur. If I was doing a job, I had to get up at 9 in the morning and wear a tie. I roam around like this all day. Okay. I have my own timings. I have structured the business in such a way that I keep the controls. At the same time, I delegate. Okay. Do I see? Do my people steal from me? Yes, they do. Do I look the other way? Yes, I do. Because if I don't look the other way, I can't get up in the afternoon. So I believe that I get my sleep, I enjoy life, and I've started making money. Okay, very good question. I remember my initial investment in BlackBerry was with 40 lakhs. 40 lakhs is what I put in. Then I injected another 15 lakhs 3 months later. And I recovered that money, I would say, 18 months later. 18 months later, I was free and everything was working on rolling. You understand what rolling means?
Yes, yes.
What yes? What is rolling?
So you are getting with the money and you are investing in it.
That's right. Now what happens is, after that I haven't put a dime in the business. So I started this business with roughly 60 lakh rupees and now I have a monthly sale of 40-45. So I'm okay. I would expect that someone who wants to start an FMCG business would have 40-50 lakhs at least, man. And I had much more than that. I mean, it's there. I mean, you want to start a business where you're competing with multinationals, and if you don't even have 40 lakhs, that's what, $40,000?
Yes, 40.
So I think it's different, I had the money. I was facing nothing but losses. I was hemorrhaging. I'm alive, aren't I? I handled it. It wasn't easy. I handled it. Your question was, how do you handle pressure?
Yes.
Okay, I'm not into meditation. Okay, some people meditate. I just get more into the business, and now I am enjoying the pressure because when we were starting off, other people were giving us pressure. Now we are giving them pressure.
Okay.
And how do you give pressure? By making sure at whatever cost you get shelf space. And I am only chasing shelf space. Don't forget, every second guy wants to become an entrepreneur. Entrepreneur is not about money, it's about a mindset. So if you have the mindset, you can be an entrepreneur. Very tough for me to adapt that mindset because I have been working for 21 years. So, in my career, I used to charge even a toothpick to the company. And then all of a sudden, it really irritates you when you have to go and buy your own plane ticket. It started bothering me. But hey, that's life, isn't it? They had no choice, they had to support me because otherwise I would do nothing. Did they believe in me?
Yes, that's all.
I think 90% of the people did not believe in me. My parents believed in me, but I would say 90% of the people thought I'm going to fail. And I wasn't doing it to prove them wrong, but 90% thought that I am probably going to nosedive and die. I'm going to give you some tips now about strengths and weaknesses. If you believe in yourself, others will believe in you. I believe that someone like myself could be, someone crazy like myself could think about a brand, call it Black Betty, take on controversy, and make it work. It worked. Now I feel I can do anything. And the beauty is, another little tip, your friends around you are not going to be the ones who are going to buy your product. It's the people who you don't know are the ones who give you your break. So people who you don't know are the ones who are going to give you your break. The people that you sit and fraternize with are the ones only going to be jealous, and they're going to make sure that things don't work. And it's part of a learning curve. You learn that with time, that people that you know are not there to support you because they get jealous. So if you guys are starting a business and you think your first cousin is going to support you, it ain't happening. I teach in a few universities off and on, and I've got two regular assignments, and this question keeps coming up as to, can everybody be an entrepreneur? Okay, as simple as that. Entrepreneurship is not about money. It's not how much money you have in the bank. It's about a mindset. So if you have a vision, you want to start a business, there is a God, He will hold your hand. And a lot of the people who made it in this world are the ones who do not have money. I mean, look at all the success stories. There are all those guys who are actually, sitting and studying at night, and they started their business with a little shop. I mean, the Hilal story and this story, and I mean, there's so many of them, and they don't stop. So the people who actually made it were the ones who had a vision and who had the guts, who actually wanted to do it and wanted to make it. And I think, and they had the most important part of it, they had the power to sustain and patience. So you have a combination of these things, you will eventually make it. And you have to start small. I mean, today you start a product, okay, you put it in 2 stores. Next month it'll be in 4, and 4. Then after 4 it'll be in 7, and then slowly there will be repeat. And then you'll have people who want your product, and then you'll keep adding more products. So the way to start business is that you sell via width and depth. Width means more stores, depth means more products into those stores. So you understand the basic philosophy, you cannot go wrong. What are my lessons from life? Like I told you, I was a professional working in an organization that came to an end. I could have sat and retired, in my early 40s, or I could have continued doing something. Um, I thought I was very good in what I did, so people would block me and not give me opportunity. So I had no choice but to start my own business. When I started my own business, the first 2 years were horrible, and then it just kept getting better and better. And now, with Black Betty and Black Betty as an umbrella, we are coming up with a lot more, and you will see with time and how we're going to take it from there. So, lesson, there's no lesson. Lesson is just believe in yourself and do what you want to do, and you will achieve your goals, provided you believe in yourself. Oh, you're talking about CSR.
Yeah.
Okay? Okay, lovely term. CSR. Let me achieve what I want to, and then I'll give back to society. I haven't achieved even 5% of what I want to do.
But do you think that's important?
I give charity. I give a lot of charity. I've been giving charity all my life. Do I give enough? Obviously not. Okay. Like I mentioned, this question was asked before. Black Betty, I just thought about it sitting in this room. I was sitting there, in fact, on that sofa, and I said, what do I do? Because I launched Scotch Brite in Pakistan. And after Scotch Brite, I said, you know what, Scotch Brite is a scurrer. Let me come up with chemicals, and we'll come back to scurrers later. So I even have scurrers. And I'm really, really irritating them and nibbling a lot of their share because they are outpricing themselves on the market. And a scurrer is a scurrer. Sitting on that sofa, this brainwave came to me. Okay. And looking at my own personality, what could I call it? National Phenyl? Yeah. Too fuddy duddy, right? What would I call it? Okay. Mumtaz Phenyl. I said, let's call it something that will create controversy. And controversy in itself is the best thing you can do. So I said, let's call it Black Betty. Okay. Now, Black Betty just clicked. The name clicked. I had a feeling it would click, and when I had this feeling, I would obviously come across a lot of people, people who thought they knew, a lot of the people who thought they knew, they were so-called marketing gurus, and they did not agree with me. They said that this name is not going to take off. But today I'm selling in C and D class areas. I'm selling in modern trade. I'm selling in different towns. I'm selling in hypermarkets. I'm selling B2B, and it's acceptable everywhere. And this is my 5th year. So I guess the so-called marketing gurus were wrong. Yeah, I've never regretted anything in life. I've made mistakes in life, and I don't regret them. I move on. Life is about moving on and not holding baggage. Okay, just a little advice to all you people out there. Remember one thing. I tell you what causes stress. Stress is caused if you cannot let go of the past, and you worry too much about the future. So don't worry about the future. Things are going to happen, and forget the past, man. I mean, you just forget the past. But the past is passé, it's history. So we want to think about the future. And every day there's some bomb blast or something going on. It doesn't stop us. You will find me in Landi, Kurangi, Kasba Colony, Orangi Town. I go to places, okay, where a lot of normal people, can't even imagine to go. And I go there. Do I go loaded? Obviously, but I still go there. And you learn about reality, you learn about mankind, you learn about what people want. I know for a fact that tomorrow I can sell to someone, I can give him tailor-make a product for someone whose total family income is, let's say there are 5 people living on 10,000 rupees. I even have a product for them. So my challenge is only going to be distribution. I would say first get a job and let some other employer pay for you to learn. Learn the job. Learn what it's like getting up in the morning and see how did that employer become so successful. Learn what they do. Learn, the biggest challenge about any business is supply chain. Even a guy like me who may be a great marketing guy, but is a very, very weak supply chain back-end man. I keep having stockouts. I order things, they run out of stock. So I keep having stockouts. So if you understand an organization, if you understand processes, you cannot do that without working. If you haven't done a job, you cannot be an entrepreneur. You cannot get up one day and say, you know what, I can be an entrepreneur. You have to go through the grind and let somebody else pay for that. You have to get up and work and do something. You got to know what banking is all about. You got to know what supply chain is. If you have not gone through the rotation, it's going to be a very costly learning curve.